All right. Handful of dried grass. I'm going to fold it over, make a little hollow in the middle of it, into which I will place a little bit of steel wool, which does not burn fast, but it burns hot. The secret is you spread it out so it's very, very wispy, very thin. Lay it in there. 9-volt battery. All we're going to do is touch it, blow it, and then we'll have some fire. Here we go. Voila, easy as that. Hey, good evening. Once again, time for a Wilderness Chef episode. I am going to be cooking on the deck again. This is car camping, but I'm going to mix things up a little bit this time. Spring is in the air. I'm starting to feel the warmth come back, so I'm going to make a little tropical flair, an Aji de Carne. It's a Brazilian pork stew that's got a lovely little tropical twist. So we'll see how this comes together, once again in a Dutch oven. Hope you enjoy it. Alright, once again I'm doing this with charcoal, just because it's quicker, really. And once again, as I said, we're going to do this on a Dutch oven. First thing we need to do is let this get nice and hot. Alright, start off, we're just going to add a little bit of oil. This is pretty well seasoned anyway, but just enough to cook. And that's flowing very nicely and starting to smoke already, so we're nice and hot. Next, we'll get the smoke out of the way. We got about a cup of chopped onion and about 3 green onions mixed in. We're going to put those all in and just start to cook them, saute them till they're soft. I got a little excited, and then off camera I added about a couple of cloves of chopped garlic. This is soft, so I'm going to add the meat. What I've got here is boneless pork loin, or boneless pork chops, you know, same thing. And I've chopped them up so that they are in, you know, kind of cubed up like stew meat. That's, after all, what we're going for. We're going to let these cook. And, whoops. Almost lost you there. We're going to let this cook up and actually char a little bit as it browns. Alright. My pork's not done cooking by a long shot. But it's everything's brown. I've gone through here and flipped everything over, make sure there's nothing too pink left to go. So, time to add the next, and now it becomes stew. So we're going to add a can of tomatoes. This is just a regular 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes with the juice. We want it to start simmering. Okay. Now we're going to add our spice. So this is a small jalapeno, but it's also got some salt and pepper, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground clove, a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron. Now, yes, that is the most expensive spice, but you can actually get it in your Latin section. Goya sells a little box of saffron packets. They're tiny little measures, so I'm maybe using $1's worth of saffron here, and it's the way they package it makes it easy and convenient to do stuff like this. So we're going to blend that all around, and then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. Let that mix and simmer. Oh man, the colors just already look good. Look at that saffron coming through, turning the pork yellow. It's gorgeous. So we're going to add some broth, and then we're going to cover and just let this simmer for about a half hour. And I can tell our heat is a little high, so I'm going to redistribute some coals and pull some out of there. All right, so it's been about a half an hour, 35 minutes. The sun is just setting, so it's going to get a little darker. Here's what we've got going on so far. It's beautiful. Next, potatoes. Can you hand me that spoon? Thank you, off-camera lovely assistant. I'll let these go for about 20 minutes until they get tender. And then we'll be back. By the way, that was about 4 to 5 chopped up russet potatoes. Alright, my apologies, it has gotten dark. But, see how we're doing here. It's all the steam. So that's what we got going on so far, and now we start getting tropical. We're going to add 2 bananas to this. And don't think dessert bananas, think more plantain. Yeah, these are regular bananas, but they're going to be surprisingly savory if we slice them up here and boil them along with the potatoes. They'll just have an extra, weird is the wrong word, different texture when you eat them. But it's really nice, really nice. Let's see how this works. Just like I used to put in Rice Krispies as a kid. Whoop! One got away from me. These are, by the way, they're a little bit underripe, a little bit firm. You don't want them soft like you'd be, you know, baking banana bread with them. You want them, again, to be more like a starch than a fruit. Alright, as you can imagine, they won't take long to cook, so we're going to give them 10 minutes tops. I'm going to come back and add just a little bit of water to this. Seems like we're cooking most of the moisture off. I'll add a little bit more just to keep us simmering and not let things burn to the bottom. Okay. I know you can't smell it, but trust me, it smells good. You can actually catch a hint of the banana in here. Alright, so here's the last tropical item. We're going to pull all of the solid stuff away from the liquid. Man. We're going to add a couple of tablespoons of powdered milk. We're going to add a little bit of molasses, and we're going to add a quarter teaspoon, I'm sorry, about a half a teaspoon of coconut extract. Now we're tropical. We're basically going to mix that in until it has a cream consistency. Smell that coconut. Alright, we mix that up, take it off the heat, and we've got ourselves a stew. What you do is you serve this with salad greens and tortillas. Wow, yeah, that coconut smells good. And we've got a lovely tropical meal that you can make anytime. Hope you guys get the opportunity to try this.